of the Big Three, who actually had the best shooting night among the Big Three on Miami. 7 of 9 from the field was Bosh at the podium moments ago.
Jason Kidd said all three of you were pretty classy with things you said to him, and he said he could hear some of the things you were saying to each other, even on the court. What were you guys talking about as you left and then in the room afterward?
I really don't remember. I mean, all I remember was telling those guys that, you know, they deserve it. Hands down, they were the better team in this series. And they played together well. You know, they deserve everything they've gotten. So it was just really just congratulating them and just moving on.
Third row in the center.
Chris, this team was built, this Heat team was built to win a championship. Believed to be the best team in the league all year. Why did you guys fall short? Why were they the better team?
Well, I think if you just look at it as far as playing the better series, they just played the best basketball. You know, Dirk constantly knocked down open shots. I mean, today he showed a lot of perseverance and just bouncing back. And, I mean, they made our defense work at the end of the day, and they're just a great team. You know, I think we did everything we could to win. We made a lot of mistakes. They made a lot of mistakes, but at the end of the day, they came out on top. So, you know, all we can do is just admit it and move forward.
Over here in the aisle.
Chris, to the best of your knowledge, physically, mentally, emotionally, was anything off with LeBron? Was he himself this series?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, man, you know, you always want to play your best basketball at the most opportunistic time, but it just doesn't work out like that. I mean, everything mentally and physically was good. I think with every individual, with the team. I mean, physically, everybody's going to go through pain. They've done the same thing. But, you know, they wanted it more than we did. So they played great. We came up short, and that's really it.
Over on the left side.
Chris, you talk about how they played better than you and that they played together. You always bring that up. Do you feel like your team didn't play together?
We played together. They just did a better job. They were the better team. That's what I mean by that. And, I mean, there's no hiding. In the NBA, you play a series, best of 7 games. Usually the better team is going to win. So, I mean, we've got a lot of work to do. We have to go back to the drawing board. It hurts to come this far and come up short. But, you know, it's disappointing. But hopefully we can use this for motivation going forward.
Back left.
Chris, was there a certain point all there that you felt like this game is kind of starting to get away for guys?
I mean, you never feel that way. You always play the game out. You just play the game how it goes. I mean, plenty of times they were down. They came back. We were down. We came back. It's always a game of runs. But, I mean, today, you know, they just had that whole collective effort. They had timely shots. They had timely offensive rebounds. They never got flustered. They just kept their composure and kept coming in waves. And when it was time, they just stayed tight and they executed very well. And when things broke down, Jason Terry, Dirk Nowitzki, and Jason Kidd, they hurt us with their shots.
How do you think LeBron's play out there tonight?
Excuse me?
How do you think LeBron's play out there tonight? LeBron James.
I mean, you know, guys try, man. At the end of the day, guys try. You fall up short, whether it's good or bad, it doesn't really matter. We lost the game. So individual performances, you know, whether you win or lose, it doesn't matter.
Tony.
Chris, considering you said that they wanted it more than you did, and it's painful right now, considering the 9-8 start, considering where you've been before you guys turned it on and got to this point, is it too early to ask you about the process and the fact being that most great teams lose before they win?
Well, I mean, you know, just looking back on it, this was our first year. Absolutely, we would like to have won it this year. But just being optimistic, looking forward. Yeah, I mean, there's a bright spot, but we have to work and we have to develop that mindset to go get it and just keep it there and use this as motivation. I mean, it's a disappointing thing, yeah. A bunch of other great teams always come up a little short year after year in some cases, and some turn around quicker than others, but the process, it's not, this isn't a good feeling, you know? So, we just have to move forward, man. We can't do anything about it right now. We'll never do anything about it. All we can do is look ahead.
Last two on the left side.
Chris, in the second half of the last game,
We've heard from everyone, well, just about everyone, except the winning head coach, Rick Carlisle. His thoughts on winning an NBA title. That's next.